Have you ever gotten to the end of the month, looked at your bank account, and thought, where did it all go? Not because you bought anything crazy, not because you went on a wild spending spree, just gone, quietly, without even a goodbye. That's not a spending problem, that's a trap problem. Most money mistakes aren't dramatic. They're not, I blew my savings at the casino moments. They're slow, quiet leaks that drain your financial life while you're busy living it. And the sneaky part? Most people don't realize they're standing in a trap until the math finally catches up with them. Take Marcus, 34 years old, solid job, decent salary. Every time he got a raise, his lifestyle quietly expanded to match it. New car when he hit manager, nicer apartment when he hit senior manager. By 34, his income had gone up 40% in 5 years. His savings? About $1,100. That's a trap. Or Priya, 27, fresh out of grad school. She read one article about investing, opened a brokerage account, and started day trading tech stocks based on Reddit threads. 6 months later, she'd lost $4,000 and swore off investing entirely. She didn't lose because the market is rigged. She lost because she stepped into a trap she didn't see coming. These traps don't care how old you are. They're sitting there, patient as ever, waiting for anyone who isn't paying attention. So today, I'm walking you through the 10 money traps that quietly wreck people's finances at every age and how to dodge them before they cost you something you can't get back. No fluff, no generic advice, just the real traps and the actual fixes. You get paid. You cover rent, bills, food, subscriptions, maybe a dinner out, and if there's anything left at the end of the month, you'll save it. Spoiler, there's never anything left. This is the trap almost everyone falls into, and it's the one that quietly costs the most over a lifetime. This isn't a character flaw, it's biology. Your brain is literally wired to value a reward today over a bigger one in the future. Researchers have been proving this since the 1970s. It's called temporal discounting, and if you let it run unchecked, it will drain your future dry. The fix? Automate it. Set up an automatic transfer to savings or investments the day after your paycheck hits. Your brain never sees the money, never has the chance to spend it. If you're 22 and put away $200 a month, you'll have over $525,000 by 65 at a 7% return. Wait until 32 to start the same habit that becomes $243,000. Same effort, same discipline. That's a $280,000 difference. Time is the most powerful financial tool you'll ever have. Stop wasting it. This is Marcus's trap. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. Raise? New car. Promotion? Nicer apartment. Bonus? That vacation you've been deserving for months. And the sneaky part is nobody calls you out on it. It's socially invisible. You just wake up one day and realize your bills have quietly crept up to match your income, and your savings rate is exactly what it was when you made half as much. Lifestyle inflation isn't about being irresponsible. It's about mindlessly drifting into a more expensive life without ever consciously choosing it. And the cost isn't just the extra spending. It's the gap it creates between where you are and where you could have been. The fix? Every time your income increases, save at least half of the raise before you touch any of it. You were already living on the old amount. You didn't miss it. Split the raise, half to future you, half to present you. It sounds simple because it is, but most people never do it. Here's the trap that has probably cost more people more money than anything else on this list. You've got $5,000 on a credit card at 22% interest, which is pretty standard these days. You pay only the minimums, about $100 a month. 8 years later, you've paid nearly $10,000 for a $5,000 debt. That's not a loan. That's a subscription to being broke. And the real damage isn't even the interest, it's the opportunity cost. Every dollar going to credit card interest is a dollar that isn't growing somewhere for your future. You're not just losing $5,000 to the bank, you're losing everything that $5,000 could have become over the next 20 years. That's the number that should actually scare you. The fix? List every debt you have, highest interest rate first. Throw everything extra at the top one while paying minimums on the rest. When it's gone, roll that payment into the next debt. It's called the avalanche method. It's not exciting, but will save you thousands. When I have more money. When I understand it better. When the market calms down. When I've paid off my debt. These all sound like responsible, sensible reasons to wait. Fact is, they're not. They are excuses dressed up in logic. Here's the math that should end this debate. Jamie starts investing $300 a month at 23 and stops completely at 33. Just 10 years of contributions, then nothing. Meanwhile, Alex waits until 33 and invests $300 a month consistently all the way to 63. That's 30 full years of contributions. At a 7% return, Jamie ends up with more money than Alex from 10 years of investing versus 30 because Jamie started early and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. So start now with whatever you have. $25 a month is better than zero. Open a target date retirement fund today and put something in it. You can learn more as you go, but you cannot go back and reclaim the years you waited. That time is gone forever. This one doesn't get nearly enough credit. It's probably the most overlooked trap on this entire list, and fixing it changes everything else downstream. Meet Dana, 29, steady job, doing okay. No emergency fund, but she plans to start one soon. Then her car breaks down, $1,400 in repair. No cash, so it goes on a credit card. Month after that, a medical bill. Another card. By the end of the year, Dana has $6,000 in debt she didn't have before, not from overspending on fun things, but because life happened and she had no cushion. That's the spiral. No emergency fund means every unexpected expense becomes debt. Debt means interest. Interest means less money to save, which leaves you even more exposed to the next emergency. And it doesn't take a catastrophe to trigger it. A car repair, a broken appliance, an unexpected bill. Life is full of these moments, and without a cushion, every single one is a setback. But here's what most people miss. An emergency fund doesn't just protect you from bad things, it changes how you make decisions. When you have a cushion, you're not choosing from a place of panic. You can think clearly, wait for a better deal, and stop making expensive decisions just because you're desperate. That calm, clear headspace is worth more than people realize. Begin with $1,000. Not 6 months of expenses, just $1,000. Most emergencies won't exceed that, and reaching that first target creates momentum. Park it in a high-yield savings account. Simple, accessible, no drama. Knock it out this week. Most people have never written down their financial goals. Not vaguely, not in detail, not once. And without a target, every financial decision is just a guess. Save more or spend more. Invest here or skip it this month. Pay off debt or build savings first. Without a reference point, you're just reacting to whatever's in front of you. But here's what most people don't talk about. The real reason a written plan is so powerful. It eliminates decision fatigue. Every day without a plan, you're making the same financial micro-decisions over and over. Should I save this week? Put extra toward debt or keep it in checking? Can I afford this? Those small decisions drain mental energy. And when you're drained, you make worse choices, not because you're irresponsible, but because you're exhausted from deciding. A written plan solves this. You've already decided where every dollar goes before the month starts. Nothing to debate, nothing to second guess. Your money moves in the direction you chose in advance, and your brain gets to focus on literally anything else. Keep it to one page. Where am I now? Where do I want to be, and by when? What monthly action closes the gap? Write it down. Then automate every decision, savings, extra debt payments, retirement contributions. Set them to run so you don't have to think about them again. Review it once a year. Adjust if needed. Leave it alone. Simple, boring, but effective. This one gets a little nerdy, but stay with me because this mistake quietly costs people tens of thousands of dollars, and almost nobody explains it in plain English. If all your retirement savings are in a traditional 401k or IRA, you're deferring taxes, which sounds great until you realize that in retirement, every dollar you withdraw gets taxed. And depending on how much you've saved, those withdrawals could push you into a higher tax bracket than you're in right now while you're working. On top of that, at age 73, the government forces you to start withdrawing, whether you need the money or not. Big balances mean big forced withdrawals, which can spike your taxable income and even raise your Medicare premiums. Think tax diversification. Contribute to a Roth IRA or Roth 401k alongside your traditional accounts. Roth dollars go in after tax, which means everything that grows inside, all those years of compounding, can come out tax-free. No required minimum distributions. No Medicare surcharges triggered by Roth withdrawals. It simply grows until you decide to use it. Even a modest Roth contribution each year creates flexibility your future self will be grateful for. The next trap is not a comfortable topic, and that's exactly why most people avoid it. Co-signing a loan for someone who misses payments, covering rent for an adult child who's still figuring it out, sending monthly support that was meant to be temporary but somehow never stopped. It feels generous in the moment, and sometimes a helping hand is absolutely needed. But there's a line between supporting someone through a tough season and slowly undermining your own financial stability to carry them indefinitely. Here's the hard truth. The people you're helping have options you don't. They can recover from mistakes, take on debt, rebuild. And you can't get a loan for retirement. There's no do-over for compound interest you missed. The most financially loving thing you can do for the people you care about is make sure you don't become their burden in 20 years. That means your stability comes first. It's not selfish, it's just reality. Insurance is the least exciting topic in personal finance, and also one of the most financially important. The trap is simple. People underestimate risk when life is going smoothly, and the best time to get coverage when you're young and healthy is exactly when it feels least urgent. Disability insurance is the one most people skip entirely, but 1 in 4 working adults will face a disability that prevents them from working for at least 90 days before they retire. The average Social Security disability payment is around $1,500 a month. If you're making $60,000 a year, that's a 70% pay cut overnight with no warning. Health insurance gaps are the leading cause of personal bankruptcy in the United States, and life insurance bought in your 20s costs a fraction of what it costs at 45. Check your coverage every year. Health, disability, life. Ask yourself, would this actually protect me in a real emergency? Insurance isn't just an expense. It's what keeps one bad year from becoming a financial disaster you spend decades recovering from. Your home has gone up in value, and it feels like wealth. But here's the thing, a house is an illiquid asset. You can't sell 10% of it when you need cash in a hurry. You can't rebalance it when the market shifts. It's entirely tied to the economic fate of one city, one neighborhood, sometimes one street, and the only ways to access its value are to sell it, borrow against it, or do a reverse mortgage, none of which are simple or free. A diversified investment portfolio, by contrast, generates income, can be accessed in any amount, and isn't dependent on any single location or market. Rule of thumb, if your home makes up more than half of your net worth, you're overexposed to a single illiquid asset. Own your home, enjoy the equity, but also build liquid, diversified assets alongside it. Paper wealth feels good. Real financial security means you could handle multiple setbacks at once and still be okay. 10 traps, all fixable. None of them require a windfall or a finance degree, just awareness and slightly better decisions made consistently over time. Here's the thing though. Most people will watch this, nod along, and go back to doing exactly what they were doing before, and then wonder at 50 or 60 why the income was always there, but the security never was. The traps are the answer. They always were. So don't try to fix all 10 at once. That's a great way to fix none of them. Pick the one that made you the most uncomfortable while you were watching, the one where you thought, okay, that's me, and start there. Just that one. This week. The free calculator is in the description if you want to see exactly where your money is leaking. And if this was useful, drop a comment with which trap hit closest to home. I read all of them. See you in the next one.